EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes.
Yeah, this is great work by a quarterback here. He's doing anything he can to avoid taking a square hit. I admire the way he worked his way through the initial contact and then continued downfield for good yardage.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper it at 2nd and 1. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to...
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 28 yards. And the Ravens will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Purdy on 4th down. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. On 1st down, Purdy. Finding Pickens for another catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From just shy of midfield, Purdy got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 33. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll try the left side with Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, 33 yards. And the Colts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
Jackson going to run again. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That 7-0 lead in there is short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
And from what we saw, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action now. Jackson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker now to add the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Purdy's throw into the hands of Pickens.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake. He's got this to Pickens.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Play action. Now Purdy. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. He finds Pickens over the middle. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Final shot before break. Purdy. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley Cox in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. Doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
They go play action here. Purdy eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. Now Jackson on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson now. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession. And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Charlie Kohler, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On the counter, it's Taylor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now Purdy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. 20. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. In motion right is Watkins. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Ravens have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the
board. Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open book beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Purdy, big 4th down play. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as the defense
Nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on fourth down.
Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Purdy to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Purdy. Left side, he finds Pierce.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He's back to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with our offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
On fourth down, here's Purdy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. They find some open field here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.